Pesachim Perek Gimel Mishnah Gimel. The Mishnah asks a very interesting question. Ketzad mafrishin chala betum'ah b'yom tov. If I have dough, and the dough became tamei, and I have to be mafrish chala. Now the problem, what is mafrish chala? I've got dough, and I take off chala, and it goes to the kohen. Now the problem is as follows. On Pesach, obviously I have to bake it right away, because if I don't bake it, it's going to become chametz. But I can't bake it. Let's look at the Bartunura for a second. Hare, en yachol le'efota b'Pesach. You can't bake it on Pesach. Me'achar she'eina ru'ya la'achila. It's inedible. It's chala tamei. I have to burn it. Uli shota, uli sarfa be'erev iyefshar. I can't leave it and then burn it later. Shema tachmitz. It's going to become chametz. Ula achila le'klavim iyefshar. I can't feed it to the dogs. There's a halacha. Ein meva'arim kachim b'yom tov. I can't burn or destroy kachim on Yom Tov. So what am I supposed to do with this? How do I have this dough and it's tamei, and I have to take off challah. What should I do? I can't eat the dough with that. Now I can't leave the dough. It's going to become chametz. I have to take off challah. But then if I take off challah, that's going to become chametz. I can't burn it because I can't destroy kachim. I can't cook it because I can't cook something that's not edible. I'm stuck. What do I do? Rabbi Eliezer says, Lo tikra l'Hashem ad shete'afeh. What you do is the following. You take everything, and without taking off challah, you make it into dough, and therefore you bake all the dough. And then, once you bake all the dough, you put it all in a basket, and then you designate challah, because now you have matzot. Now, one of the matzot, you just leave until after Yom Tov, and that will be matzat challah tme'ah, and that's fine, then you're going to burn it after Yom Tov. So that's one option, that you don't call it, lo tikra l'Hashem, you don't designate the challah until after you bake it. Rabbi Yehuda ben Betera Omer, okay, he says, one second, he says, nonetheless, even though one of them is going to end up being challah, that's not inappropriate baking. Rabbi Yehuda ben Betera Omer, Rabbi Yehuda ben Betera says, no, tatil betzonei, put it in cold water, and hope for the best that it won't become chametz. You just leave it in cold water. Okay? So therefore, and he obviously feels that you can't bake something that's going to become challah tme'ah. I'm Rabbi Yoshua. Rabbi Yoshua says I have a different solution. Lo zehu chametz shemuz harim alav bebal yira'eh ubal yiratzeh. There's a halacha bal yira'eh ubal yimatzeh. Bal yira'eh ubal yimatzeh is yours. Why? But this is not the chametz you are that's asur that we are warned against. The lav didehu. Because once, it's not yours. Once I say it's challah, it's not mine. So I take off challah, now it's going to become chametz. Ukraktiv lo yira'eh lecha, shelcha iyata ro'eh. You can't see yours. You can see other people's chametz, you can see God's chametz. V'zeh eino lo shelcha, v'lo shelcha ve'echa. It's not yours or your friends. Because it never got to the Kohen. It's not the Kohen. Okay? And therefore, he says, mefarshata, you could designate, you separate the challah. U'mechdad erev, and you leave it until the night. V'im hichmitza, hichmitza. And if it became chametz, it's chametz. It's not your problem. Because it's not lo yireh lecha, it's not lecha. It belongs to the Kohen, but you never designated, never gave it to the Kohen. So you have three options. One option, Rabbi Yehuda ben Betera says, you should leave it in cold water. Okay? Rabbi Eliezer says, you bake it first, and then you designate, so that it doesn't become chametz. And Rabbi Yoshua says, let it become chametz. It's not your problem. This is not what the Torah considers is asur. We'll stop here, designate our learning to the memory of my father, Rav Simcha Yitzchak Kalman. And if you want to contact me, my email address is right there.